My father, he was a master electrician, lifelong electrician. And my grandfather was a lifelong master electrician. So I kind of got exposed to that at a very, very young age. But just being around the equipment and listening to my dad talk to his other coworkers and stuff, that kind of is what immersed me into the job. About 1998-ish, I was about 15 years old. That's when my dad told me it was about time for me to get out and stretch my legs and give it a try. So he had me pulling wire and, running pipe and going to get materials and stuff like that. And I thought that it was a decent regular construction job, but at the time I didn't know just how unsafe they really were. Being 15 years old, you listen to the older people that have been doing this for a while, so you figure it's okay and they know what they're doing, so just do as they do. I lost my father back in 2006. It was March 3rd. It was literally just before my birthday, and he was on a construction site working at a hospital, and he decided that he was going to get up into a ceiling. There was no ladder around. It was kind of a tight quartered area. So he got up on a desk and he slipped and fell. And he bumped the back of his head, and 2 days later ended up passing on. I was 23 years old at the time. My father was my hero. He showed me everything. He taught me everything about life. So maybe if my father's employer at the time would have used some of the tools and methods and practices that were available at the time and enforced them and instilled them in their workers, that maybe my father would still be here today and he would get to see his grandkids and see how successful I've actually become in my job. All the ones that say, I've been there and I know what I'm doing, that's not going to happen to me. I've been doing this my whole life. My father was the same way. And I figure if somebody could learn from it and potentially save their own life that one time, then his death wasn't in vain. This is a job to where you work and make an income, so it's personal to you, but the choices you make here affect everyone as a whole. It affects your employer, yourself, your family, your friends, the community around you, the customer that you're working for. So it's one of those things that this thing about safety is not selfish at all. It has to do with everybody. Before we decide to do something that might be a shortcut or do something that, we might not really care what happens to ourselves, we need to think about everyone as a whole. I think that if I work safe and I go home, then when I walk through that door, my family's going to have a smile on their face and they're going to be happy to see me. If I hurt myself and I can't do normal tasks, that strains my family. And, I don't want to be one of those ones that can't go out and do something with my kids or help my wife around the house or do the things that I'm supposed to do. So I need to work safe to make sure that they're comfortable and every day that I come home, they're happy.